Magic Masses! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Sanitarium, welcome home. Was my return to Pro Wrestling Magic for the first time since Saint Anger back in May. I missed Hardwired last month. But when I arrived at the building, I noticed I came out of the. I can't remember if I took an Uber or Lyft ride to the show when I got off the NJ Transit bus by Rutherford train station. But I got off and Shane Fair's father was out there. I guess I was a friend of his with him. I don't know who's that. I don't know that lady's name. That's usually right by the door, and she has in a notebook the list of those who purchase tickets online. Because every time someone arrives, at least when I arrive, I know she crosses my name off the list and points out which seat is mine. Because they post people's names on the seats. Okay. Well, the event kicks off with the Monday Morning Magic pre-taping, which they air as their YouTube thing they air on Monday mornings. I haven't watched any of them as of late. But we have a singles action as we see representing El Pacto Diabolico, Johnny Vega, who was accompanied to the ring by Eden, as Vega did battle with rookie sensation Joe Mancini. These two young men were really trying to give it their all, and I noticed, actually Mancini had a little botchamania moment when he tried to go out over the top rope to the apron, and he looked like he slipped and stuff. Joe Mancini defeated Johnny Vega at 8 minutes 15 seconds to pick up the victory. After the match, Eden comes back out, and he was not happy with Vega, and he says, "You owe me one." Next, on the Monday Morning Magic taping, we had, I don't know if this was their Pro Wrestling Magic debut or not, the Citywide Street Gang. I didn't get their individual names, as they did battle with Antonio Rivera and his nephew, El Tirador, Alex Rivera, the Latin Revolution. And Latin Revolution looks like they're going to be a regular team, because they do need tag teams, I noticed, in Pro Wrestling Magic. Latin Revolution defeated the Citywide Street Gang at 10 minutes 14 seconds. The fans were eating up one half of the Citywide Street Gang, calling them like a Timu Roman Reigns. We don't need WWE references at independent shows, folks. Then, it was I think, Star Killer Steve Off, and I don't know if it's the owner or manager of the Meadowlands YMCA came out, because this very event was actually a fundraiser. And I forgot the gentleman's name. I don't know if he's the owner or manager of the place. And both he and Steve thanked the crowd for coming. And then a few minutes after that, we got the main show underway, as to my surprise, we kicked off with the grudge match, pitting the son of wrestling, Vincent Michaels, taking on the last Bronx Italian, Franco Costanzo. This stems back to the when Michaels turned on Costanzo back in April at 1. Ugh, my eyes. Oh, dang it. Good matchup these guys were having as things went along. Michaels came to the ring with a cane, similar to what Costanzo comes to the ring with. And I don't know if it was his cane or Costanzo's cane. He broke over Costanzo's head, and we thought it was going to be a disqualification at 5 minutes 48 seconds. But ring announcer, still general manager of PWM, Shane Fair, he says, "We're going to restart this match right now." And I forgot what move he hit, but Costanza, the match was restarted, and Costanza defeated Vincent Michaels. The restarted match went about 12 seconds, and Shane Fair was one of the fastest victories in Pro Wrestling Magic history. But during this matchup, somebody came up to the apron, distracted Costanzo with somebody under a mask, but he didn't stay for the rest of the matchup. So I don't know if that's as Sarah McLachlan would say, building a mystery, or just somebody, Vincent Michaels, was good at trying the distraction technique. Time will tell. Next up, we had representing El Pacto Diabolico, Eden, accompanied by Mateo Marcellos, and I forgot who else came out with him. Did battle with Michael Fane, who made his Pro Wrestling Magic debut. These two guys were really having a great matchup, and eventually Johnny Vega comes out. I forgot. Well, it ends with Eden pick up the victory as he put Michael Fane in the Rings of Saturn. And Eden defeats Michael Fane at 11 minutes, 51 seconds, and this was a fast pass to the heavyweight championship. We'll get to that later, folks. Okay, next up was the open challenge issued by El Pacto Diabolico's Mateo Marcellos. And it was answered by a man who made his Pro Wrestling Magic debut, a man I've seen many times before, the cause of it all, Joey Conway. I probably did the hand gestures incorrectly. Ugh, hurt my throat trying to put on his voice. Now these guys were going at it. At one point, Mateo took out a lot of plunder, if you will, from underneath the ring. He brought in like cookie sheets, trash cans, one trash can, two trash can lids, a golf club, a hockey stick, and even a pair of sunglasses. I don't know whose they were. And he brought them over the ring, but Conway made him get out of the ring. And then eventually Shane Fair announced to the crowd that this match is now with no disqualification. Or Mateo Marcellos defeats cause of it all, Joey Conway, at 13 minutes 19 seconds. Up next, originally this would be a three-way matchup, but it was a four-way matchup as we saw making his return, Joey the Skywalker versus Smiley versus making his return, Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan versus, I believe, making his debut, Jacob Durasso. I apologize if I got his last name wrong. Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan defeats Jeff the Skywalker, Smiley, and Jacob Durasso. Again, I'll apologize if I got his name wrong. Picked up the victory at 8 minutes 2 seconds. But I guess Donovan changed his entrance music. Nobody comes out to We Go Hard by Jay-Z. But he came out to something different. Okay, up next we saw the newly formed team of Big Game Leroy and Abs, collectively known as Genesis. Has Sega sued yet? Sega or the music band sued yet? As they did battle with El Pacto Diabolico members Justin Vane and Ray Mars in the Tag Team Championship, and I believe Eden, Mateo Marcellos, and Johnny Vega came out during this matchup. Justin Vane and Ray Mars, they were given a tough time by Genesis, but Vane and Mars defeat Genesis at 15 minutes 30 seconds to retain the Tag Team Championship. But then out comes, just as they're ready to leave the ringside area, out comes Star Killer Steve Off and the American Outlaw Dan Murdoch, the Sons of Old School. And out came their scheduled opponents, Eric Corvus and Explosive Eddie Thomas, the Princes of the Universe, who made their return to Pro Wrestling Magic for the first time in I forgot how long. Pretty good matchup. During the matchup, there was some situation where I forgot what kind of position Corvus and Thomas were in, and they were like basically using each other's backsides for bongo drums, and somebody in the crowd yelled, "Hey yo!" And I think Corvus said to the crowd, "There's nothing wrong with butts." Well, the Sons of Old School defeat the Princes of the Universe at 11 minutes 59 seconds as they retain the tag team fast pass that they had earned, I believe, back at, was it back at, yeah, it was back at St. Anger back in May. And they will be getting their shot at the tag team championship. Alright, up next was a triple threat women's matchup as we saw making her debut Lucky Leone versus the Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar versus making her pro wrestling match debut Ruthie J. Ladies did very good here. Ruthie J ended up defeating Tiffany Avatar and Lucky Leone to win the match, and this was a fast pass for the women's championship. But we'll get to that as we go divulge into the next show coming up. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Ruthie J got the victory at 7 minutes 16 seconds. Then it was main event time as a man who, I know it's not just due to the name, a man who I'm happy to see got to compete in Pro Wrestling Magic, Rob Vegas, as he challenged the good guy Azrael for the heavyweight championship in the main event of this event. And during the matchup, El Pacto Diabolico leader Mateo Marcelos comes out, and he's sitting at ringside, sitting front row, watching the match. These two had a good match. I still think back to when Azrael and Vegas. I'm not sure if it was when I saw them go at it at Anarchy, at Ace Pro Wrestling Anarchy back in 2006, which was 20 years ago. I don't know if that was in 2006, it was their first ever one-on-one meeting, but of course both of these guys have gotten so great as the years have gone on. Unless I'm mistaken, Azrael's been wrestling since the early 2000s. I first saw him wrestle back in 2002, unless he started back in the late 90s. Damn, and he's still going, and he's still doing awesome. Azrael ended up defeating Rob Vegas at 15 minutes 42 seconds to retain the heavyweight championship, but then Mateo and others come out, starts doing, waving to the curtain. Out comes Justin Vane, Ray Mars, Johnny Vega, and I forget who Azrael was arguing with. Eden comes out, attacks Azrael, leaves him laying, and he's got his hands on the belt. He hits Az in the face with the belt, and then they leave the ring, but then Eden comes back out, attacks Azrael again, and leaves him laying. So, yeah, very good show here, folks. Personal notes, it was good seeing Bruno of the Cuban Hype Men, his grandson Michael, and I believe that lady is Michael's girlfriend. I don't know her name. They were sitting right directly behind the El Pacto Diabolico fans. Oh, it was good seeing Danielle and her husband David, and who were sitting next to the El Pacto Diabolico fans. Nice seeing Caitlin. She was there with her sons. The crowd wasn't too big for this show. They didn't have, over at the commentation station, there weren't any fans seated in front of them. And by the way, Shane Fair mostly commentated the show with Front Row Mikey. John Harder did the pre-show with El Rotundo. Again, I forgot the rest of his ring name. I apologize. They did the Monday Morning Magic pre-show commentary. From there, we have, let me see. Oh, also in attendance, I'm not sure if he'll be seen in a Pro Wrestling Magic ring soon, a certain wrestler from Brooklyn, New York, known as Bull James. Bull James. I don't have a drink on me right now. If you know the reference, you know the reference. Okay, there were some pretty women in the crowd, and here's a memorable quote. Mine is bigger. The El Pacto Diabolico fan wearing the face paint, she held up a sign that said the son of wrestling Vincent Michaels. Well, there were two ladies sitting across the room from where I was at, and they were holding up small signs in support of Franco Costanzo. I had 2 cheeseburgers and a bottle of fruit punch Powerade before the main show got underway. Maybe next time I'll just eat somewhere near Rutherford train station and then go off to the show. We had a lot of fans were not in attendance, and I can understand because it's summertime and also the rain we've been getting and the World Cup soccer about to conclude. By the way, here's who fans that I didn't see. Okay, here's who we didn't see in attendance. Elliot was not there. Michelle, Fernando. Fernando, I'll get back to you shortly. Damn. Yeah, we didn't see Elliot, Michelle, Fernando. Pete Ryman was not there. Sherry Ann, her son Mikey, were not there. Of course, for those who don't know, Danielle, who was there at the show, years past, she used to do ringside photography for Jersey All Pro Wrestling in their Bayonne years at Charity Hall. I wonder if that place, I know the place got turned into a liquor store. I wonder if it's still a liquor store today. I never got to go to JPW in the Bayonne years. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Pro Wrestling Magic returns on Saturday, August 15th with All Nightmare Long. And the following has already been announced. We will see it's the good guy, Azrael, defending the heavyweight championship against El Pacto Diabolico's Eden. And speaking of El Pacto Diabolico, making her return, the current women's champion, Tiffany Grady, as she'll be defending against Big Daddy Adriana, who won the Fast Pass at Hardwired back in June. El Pacto Diabolico's Justin Vane and Ray Mars defend the Tag Team Championship against Star Killer Steve Off and the American Outlaw Dan Murdoch, the Sons of Old School. Okay, we have the newly crowned Dark Arts champion, who was not there at this show, the Plexus' Troy Locke, as he defends against the New Talent Initiative tournament winner, the Zombie King, Junior Flow. Newly crowned junior heavyweight champion, V. Daniel, will defend against Danny Danger, formerly the Hunter of Stressed and Depressed. I don't know if that group's still a thing. Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar does battle with making her Pro Wrestling Magic debut, Gia Scott. From there, making his return to Pro Wrestling Magic, the current Keys to the Kingdom holder, the Allfather, Darius Carter. I don't know, aside from Darius Carter, if they'll have any I don't know if there's going to be room for any Fast Pass matches on this one. But speaking of Fast Passes, with Ruthie J winning this 3-way match over Tiffany Avatar and Lucky Leone, and I forgot to mention, Lucky Leone was a replacement for Emily J, who was going to be in that 3-way women's match, and she didn't show up for one reason or another. All right, Fernando. Next time you're at a show, I'll definitely bring that dry erase board, whiteboard that you voted yes to to bring to the show. I didn't bring it for this one. And the funny thing is, because it was a small crowd, I once again did not bring my megaphone out of my bag. Even Danielle was asking me about it. She told me she had one in her car. Well, I don't know if she drove or her husband drove to this event or not. Okay. Well, I guess that'll do it. Wait a minute, hold on. Well, I don't know if the Dark Arts Women's Champion, Johnny Burke, will be on this show or not, but she hasn't been announced. Yeah, okay, that'll do it, folks. Well, it was great, again, great to be back at Pro Wrestling Magic. It seems like every time I miss one of their shows, like a great show is awaiting me. But again, I will be at All Nightmare Long, Saturday, August 15th. Great show already. The match is already announced, a great show as is. So I think that's going to top Sanitarium Welcome Home. All right? And a quick heads up, folks. Saturday, September 19th is Enter Sandman. Usually the month of September kicks off Kingdom Come season. But I'm guessing, I have this, not just a feeling, but it's probably going to start in August with All Nightmare Long, especially since Kingdom Come will now be a 2-show event. Part 1 in November, Part 2 in December. I hope that ends up good as well, because also on September 19th, Expect the Unexpected Wrestling, they're doing a show at the former home of Pro Wrestling Magic, the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Okay, so hope you all enjoyed this, folks. Pro Wrestling Magic. Oh wait, I can only sing that part because we're no longer in the Knights of Columbus at Ridgefield Park. And no, I'm not going to sing YMCA by the Village People either, even though their lead singer passed away in recent memory. But, folks, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you at All Nightmare Long!